geography and math double major at Binghamton, and today I will be presenting about street beautification, and specifically street beautification on the west side of Binghamton. So what are beautiful streets? How do you define a beautiful street? And in my mind, a beautiful street is a street that has physical amenities that make people want to be on the street. So these are two examples here of beautiful streets. They have trees, they have medians, curb extensions, so it makes the pedestrian feel safe, crossing the street, walking on the sidewalk. Sufficient lighting, banners, so community identifiers, making that one particular place in the city kind of unique out of all of the places you can be in the city. And so, well, before I get into my recommendations, why do we want to have beautiful streets? And as Greg mentioned, spoke so well in his presentation, it promotes walkability. And as Breno just presented about, it creates kind of trust on the street. When you have beautiful streets, people want to be on the street. They know their neighbors. Sidewalks and streets have this power of bringing neighbors together and bringing people together who may not know each other, but they now do because you're walking along the street. You know the guy who owns the shop at the corner. You know your next door neighbor. Oh, there's a college house diagonal from me. And that's essential in creating a lively community. Furthermore, streets are the first thing that people see when they enter a city, and it's the final impression upon departure. So if you want to make a good impression and you want to have a good impression when people leave, you need to focus on the streets. And so my recommendations are specific for the west side of Binghamton. Let's take the class as a representative sample of the Binghamton population. How many people here live on the west side of Binghamton? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I mean, that's a substantial amount. There's a class of 22, and that's over half of the people in this class who live on the west side. That's 50% of the Binghamton population who live on the west side. Now there's approximately 159 paved streets in city limits, and so obviously the city can't beautify all the streets. So I've identified specific streets and intersections up on the west side that need to have, that could use certain amenities. And these are things such as unique street banners, bus enclosures, crosswalks, specifically colorful ones. As Greg was mentioning, it's very dull on the west side. We need color because we're here during the winter time. There's no greenery, no trees that are really in full blossom. Maybe like Christmas lights, colorful crosswalks, bus enclosures, maybe colorful. There are 3 buses that weave in and out of the west side, and they are regularly used by students. So there are major intersections that are guaranteed to have people waiting for them, waiting for the bus at that corner. I mean, I take all 3 bus routes on a regular basis, and I've identified 3 or a couple of major intersections where there are people always waiting. Trash cans, reduce litter, trash. No one likes that. And yeah. So here, the area of concern. Even though we have 3 new housing developments on that downtown, and over the course of the next few years, the population will be shifting downtown, I'm certain that the west side will remain a hotspot for students, and students will continue to occupy this area. So it is important that the city of Binghamton beautify the streets of the west side. And so now I will pass it off to Ross.